Hello, welcome friends. I hope you're ready to fight.
For the 199th time?
For the 190, that's absolutely wild to think about.
I mean, for you, I came in at like episode 30 or something, but
I mean, even then, that's a hell of a lot.
yeah. Yeah, no. And I was a guest twice before that, so.
That you were. Let's get a vibe check going. How are we doing, bestie?
Um, I am personally in mad preparation mode for my upcoming foot surgery in
Ooh,
2 days, trying to
I'm
stock up on things
so
and
sorry,
because
bestie.
I'll be on crutches for weeks and won't be able to carry things. And I was like, all right, let me get lots of kitty litter and like cat food, but mostly a lot of cat stuff. Whole bunch
Smart
of coffee.
thinking. Smart thinking.
Yeah, so that's all I've been doing is trying to get myself ready. Real fun.
Sounds not super fun.
No, especially because it's making my foot angry. And then I just
Oh
keep
yeah.
yelling at it. I keep yelling at it, your days are numbered. Not my foot. They're
As
pounding
is
in the
your
floor.
right.
Yeah. Yeah. So it is not cooperating.
Um Pretty average day over here, except for some massive fucking ghost news, bestie.
Yeah, I
So
saw you put
that
it
was really interesting.
in the planning doc, like in all caps and whatnot. So I was
Let
like, this
me
has to be
let
big.
me let me do a little screen share here. And this is like so minor for everyone who is outside of yes, thank you, that tab. Share. Sweet. For anyone who is outside of Ghost as a fandom,
I was gonna say the
name
Gandam.
the Gandam, but the name for or like oh wait, no, hold on. Add to stage. There
Yeah.
we go. So the name for the fifth Papa may have like leaked, or we don't know if this was like because Black Sabbath is playing like their final show ever because you know Ozzy Osbourne like can't stand anymore, like literally.
Yeah. Incredibility still.
And
Yeah.
there's going to be a bunch of performances from other metal bands, not remotely shocking.
Mm-hmm.
But there's also additional performances from like some like members of bands, like two from Sleep Token is going to be there, but so is Papa V Perpetua from Ghost. What
Hmm.
do you mean it's not an emeritus?
Hmm.
What is happening? So,
Interesting.
Ghost Twitter has been in nuclear meltdown mode over that. Here, let me put the tweet in chat for anybody who's curious as well.
So they tweeted that V was coming, but that was all the information they put. But then this
That
flyer.
is, yeah, that is literally all the information that they gave us aside from the lineup for the Black Sabbath thing.
Hmm.
But
Yeah, I wonder if they weren't supposed to put that name on there yet or something.
I have absolutely no idea. But what does it mean? What are you
Be like
talking
the
about?
fucker.
Yeah, so Ghost Twitter was in nuclear meltdown mode, as was my Ghost group chat. We're already theorizing. Exciting times. So that was a really fun part of my day. But other than that, it was just a normal day.
Hmm. Mm-hmm.
Anything else we feel the need to comment on?
No. Although, as I texted you yesterday, I've been getting I was very weird in class yesterday, and I don't. It's too early in the semester to be that strange.
Do tell. What happened?
Well, throughout the class, I showed them videos of Segways and Google Glass and Supermarket Sweep for no
Sure, why not?
reason. So there was a lot of that, and there was a lot of very silly jokes.
I like it.
Um, I rounded out the class because I have to do my classes virtually next week, because of the foot. And so I rounded it out by saying, all right, so I'll see you all next week virtually. I'll probably be on drugs. It was
Nice.
like the looks on their faces. I was like, maybe I should have said that part. They were like, well,
I
of
kind of love
course,
that
I
though.
mean, they're legal prescribed drugs, but I mean, you expect me to just endure the pain to talk into the void? Because they'll all have their cameras off. It's painful enough to talk.
I would
Nothing.
never have my camera off when I was doing Zoom classes because I didn't want my professors to feel bad.
That's so nice of you. Nobody does that.
That's
Nobody.
fucking rude of them.
Yeah, nobody. It's horrific. It just yeah. No feedback whatsoever. You know, usually I'm
Wait,
looking for
tell them
like,
you'll give them bonus points if they turn their cameras on.
yeah, I thought about it, but here's the thing. The reason we don't offer like bonus credit is the same reason why we don't require it. And that's because some people, you know, it's some people might be in circumstances where they can't really turn their cameras on, and then it's not a fair opportunity, and it's like it's a whole
I
thing.
don't know. What's another. Now I'm thinking, what could be another possible incentive for turning the camera on? Maybe you'll do something like. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I don't know. In a way that is, you know, equitable. Oh, you have another guest who's going to join.
Yeah, one of the questions I have for us is, does Kyle count as a podcast guest if he's just in the background taking a nap?
And soon to be taking a nap with Oliver.
Soon to be taking a nap with Oliver.
Yeah.
A favorite
I don't think he
activity for
does.
them both. No?
I think you gotta be talking. Because
That
otherwise,
tracks.
you know, Oliver and Nix both would have been podcast guests many times over by now.
This is true. But is it different if you're an animal, though? Because one can. Well, humans are animals, technically, but if you're a pet.
If you don't
Are the
speak
if you
a
if you
human
don't if you're
language.
incapable of speech.
I don't know. I feel like it's not I feel like you
Not
actually have
that
to
different?
contribute to be a guest.
Alright, sure. That's fair. Alright. Well, unless you have anything else that happened in class today that you would like to share. I'm still trying to come up with a fun incentive for turning on the camera. Like you'll bring Brad
Yeah,
to
no.
class or something.
Here's the thing. I have like, you know, it's just like that thing that we have talked about multiple times where like you think of something when you're in the car and then by the time you get to where you're going, you've forgotten about it.
I think we called it cognitive impermanence, and then we forget about it every time we're not on the podcast.
Yeah. But it's the same sort of thing for class. Like
Mhm.
I do things during class and then by the time class is over, everything that just happened is completely out of my brain.
Which is why you have to like appoint a new me to write down the stupid things that you say in class.
Yeah, because I know I said some really ridiculous things yesterday. Like really top tier ridiculous. I was just very silly. I almost let us watch an entire episode of Supermarket Sweep in the middle of class. I was so close.
Sure, why not?
Because it, you know, it's a game show from the 90s. It was a 1991 episode.
I'm
They
sure
were
it was
really
relevant somehow.
Yes. You have to trace it a ways back.
Okay.
Because we were talking about how like the TV industry had adapted in like the 1950s and 60s for like housewives during the day because they would be at home doing the chores, you know, and would be, you know, be able to watch TV, but they would be doing their house chores and couldn't actually watch it. So they created all this programming that you could enjoy without actually looking at it, you know, like soap operas and things like that. And I was like, and that's still why we have a lot of game shows on during the day. And I was like, I think it's a rite of passage. Everybody did the thing, right? Where when you were homesick from school, you would just watch old game shows. Like, that was a thing. No?
No.
Well, that's on you then, because they all said yes.
Oh. Oops.
So you're the odd one out. It's not because I'm older. It's because you're weird.
Okay.
But then they were like, oh yeah, we used to watch like, you know, Wheel of Fortune and Price is Right and stuff. And I was like, I always loved Supermarket Sweep. And none of them knew what it was. So
I mean, there you go. That's technically relevant.
yeah, I told them it was important for their cultural education.
I like it. Okay, so the first question we have for today is, would you prefer to live under the sea or in space? And this is assuming that either of those is possible.
Yeah. So it would have to, well, I guess a space station would be the space one,
Yeah, and undersea, I'm thinking like
like a sea lab.
cool little, yeah, like a bubble.
I'm thinking of this. There was a show called Sea Lab on Adult Swim.
I know you maybe watch an episode that one time.
I freaking love that show. Sea Lab. I don't know. I feel like Under the Sea might be cooler.
Hey, that's the thing. The Subnautica enjoyer in me really wants to live underwater because you could look at all the critters.
Yeah. Yeah, like on New Year's when I played it and I discovered you could do a version of it where you can't get hurt at all. You just get to explore and you don't have to worry about breathing.
Yeah,
It was like, woo, let me just swim amongst these weird creatures. It was
it's always
pleasant.
fun.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I would have a fun time living under the sea, especially like if I could also do a little bit of like go out and explore like a cool coral reef or something, have some
Yeah.
scuba gear.
Yeah. I mean, because there's cool shit in space, but like, it's really spread out,
It's very spread out.
you know? And so the odds of you actually seeing something cool are, I would think, pretty low versus being under the sea. There's like all kinds of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So you get to see more cool things.
I would agree.
I feel like it would also be easier to like get out of there or get supplies if you needed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know? Than it would be if you were in space because it's a lot to launch a spacecraft.
It is a lot to launch a spacecraft. I like what I would definitely want to live in like the coral reef type depths. Like I
Yeah,
don't want to
like
be in
off
the
the coast of
Marianas Trench.
Australia. Yeah,
Like I do
Australia.
not want to be in a trench.
Mm-hmm.
That I don't think would be fun because
Yeah,
I would want the day night cycle still. That's another one of the reasons I don't think I would want to live in space. You wouldn't get that, or it would have to be artificial.
well, you wouldn't really get it under the sea either. You'd be so far down. Because once you're underwater more than like a few feet, it's just dark.
Yeah, but I'm thinking like some nice like crystal clear reef waters that lets the sun shine in.
That's not really under the sea then if you're that close to see the sun.
Wow.
I thought we were talking deep sea.
Oh no, I was literally thinking like Subnautica. Where like you could swim up if you wanted to.
Well, because then it's not really a fair comparison though.
I suppose not. Okay, so I guess it's would you rather live in the freaking Marianas Trench or in space?
Yeah.
Which I guess still technically under the sea cuz I mean, I would be looking at weird things, but they would at least be interesting. Like I could
Yeah.
watch some goblin sharks in action.
Oh yeah, you get to see all those like creepy ass creatures that they just like randomly dredge up every now and then. They're like, this
He
lives down
fears
there.
the sea. He fears the under the sea.
Oh, the deep sea, yeah, is freaking
Mhm.
terrifying, man. Like
No.
everybody knows what the blobfish looks like, and that's just one.
And the reason the blobfish looks like that is because when they bring the blobfish up, it depressurizes. They look like
Yeah.
normal fish when they're down in the depths.
But there's like all kinds of like if you look up deep sea creatures, you'll have nightmares.
You know what?
But,
That's
I'd
a
still
fun
rather that
game
than
that
space.
I think we're gonna play right now. I'm gonna screen share deep sea creatures.
Deep sea creature ranking list. Which is
Honestly,
the
I'm
most
sure that
prolific.
exists.
Yeah.
Share screen.
Which of
Sea
these is
creature.
scariest? Most unsettling.
Stage. Beautiful. Okay.
Ooh.
Images. No, I do not want your AI overview, Google. We've got this horrifying friend. That one.
That's the bitch I was
See,
laughing at.
this guy's kind of great, though.
Um, sure. It's fine.
I'm a fan of this.
I don't think you should be able to see to someone's internal organs.
That's bad.
Nope, not a fan.
What else am
Do
I not
not
a
like.
fan of?
You know
This
what?
thing's kind of upsetting.
Oh, it's
Oh,
an anglerfish.
do you know, I'm searching this specifically because our boy Sleepy K is very freaked out by them.
Mmm.
The
Oh, because it's like the
Magnapinus
daddy long
squid.
legs of squid.
Yeah. These shits are wild.
The
Anyway.
that that one that I was laughing at, I kept thinking it reminded me of something, and I
Oh,
finally got
Arthur's
it.
here. Hi, bud.
Oh yeah, I saw it pop up here in the middle of a thing, and then I got distracted. Um, the one that I was like laughing at, I was like, that reminds me of something, and I can't place it. I think it reminds me of Sir Didymus from the Labyrinth.
Wait a damn minute. Hold on. I gotta pull this back up.
Yeah, go back.
Oh my god. Why are you right?
There is a picture slightly further down where its eyes aren't like that, and I think it looks a little more like
Hold on. Hold on.
like yeah,
This
right there.
guy? Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
What the hell is
sure.
that thing? What is that?
What is it? Let's find out.
Oh
Spooky
god, I
sea
love deep sea
creatures.
creatures.
No, no, no.
Oh my god.
Oarfish. You can catch an oarfish in Animal Crossing.
That is not an oarfish.
Oh yeah, this isn't real. This is from this is from Subnautica.
Are you serious?
What, this? This
What
is
is
the
happening?
Reaper Leviathan is 100% from Subnautica. Although, oh, it opened up a new
Are
tab.
you
God
looking
damn
at
it.
things that are not on the screen?
Yes, it opened a new tab instead of
That's why. I was very confused.
allowing me to screen. Hold on a
Because
minute.
I was like, I'm about to be Googling this myself here.
No, present, share screen. Oh, it's making me. Here, hold on. Yeah, this is not real.
This is why we can't function without a producer.
I know. This is why we need a producer. But yeah, that, not real.
Is that supposed to be the one? Those are from that picture?
No, I'm trying to find out what that thing in the picture is, which is why I'm scrolling through all this. Oh, this guy's kind of fun.
Oh, that's very pretty.
Oh, here. A telescope fish. Huh. I'm going to put this
Googling.
blog post
Yes, telescope fish.
in chat in case anyone else is also curious.
Pull up a picture of the side view.
Wait, okay, hold up.
Because I googled telescope fish and look at the very first thing.
Telescope fish.
Oh, but I didn't. It's weird. It came up differently than it. That one. I'm
This
pointing.
one?
You can tell what I'm pointing at.
What a ridiculous critter.
Do you see the one on the bottom right? Like, look at its eyes.
Bruh.
Oh man. I might
What
be
a time.
tired, but yeah, no, this is. Oh my god. Every single one of those pictures is beautiful. Like its mouth.
So, those are some of the things that you could see living on the seafloor.
Mhm.
Which,
Later, I'm going to be
again, I
reading about
think that would be
telescope
more
fish.
interesting than being in space, even if it is a little bit freaky.
Yeah, I would be if I saw a telescope fish go by the sea lab, I would just laugh and laugh. And laugh. That would be a good time.
Appropriate
I would
reaction,
never
I
want to go
think.
out there. Yeah, I would never
Nah,
want to
no
go out there.
thanks.
But
I don't think you could go out there.
if you have like a deep sea pressure suit or like a little
Yeah, I suppose.
That's
That's the thing you have to build in Subnautica.
pod
I love that game.
thing. Yeah, I still haven't played it since New Year's.
You should. Could we think of any potential advantages to living in space? I don't really know.
I don't. Zero gravity would be cool.
Zero gravity would kind of rip.
I think it's one of those things you would be like real psyched about for a while, where it's
And then
like,
just be like, oh, okay.
yeah, and then you kind of get used to it. Because I'd be like, oh, what happens if I squirt toothpaste, or something like that? And be like, what happens if I do this? What happens if I do that?
Also, I do think it would be very
Well,
convenient to simply be able to place anything just right there and then have it sort of vaguely stay.
yeah. Yeah, no, that sounds very convenient.
Have you ever seen those videos
I
of like astronauts
think this is
returning to Earth and they'll like put their pen and they'll like try to put their pen like right here
it's
because they're
funny.
used to 0G
And then it just falls, and you're
and then
like,
it
oh,
just falls.
right, gravity. Yeah, no, I think that's honestly the only benefit I could think of.
That's really kind of the only benefit I could think of as well.
You would age more slowly.
That would kind of rock.
Because remember those twins that one of them was in space and the other one wasn't, and when he came back, like the one that was still on Earth looked older?
No.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
Yeah. I can't remember their name.
Hold on.
There's
Google,
two
show
of
me
them I
this
was
guy's
thinking
balls,
last name.
please.
Yeah.
Twins age
Astronaut twins.
differently. Astronaut.
Yeah, the astronaut twins.
Huh. A little something from Smithsonian Magazine. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a big thing when the one guy came back.
Huh. Another thing to put in chat for anybody who might be curious. We are fucking learning tonight.
I started typing astronaut in and it autofilled astronaut fish, and I don't even want to click enter on that.
I think you should.
Because I just looked up the telescope fish, so it's like, I got you.
Hold on, let me screen share this too, because the one guy does look different. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's because that's the primary thing that causes aging. It's gravity pulling on you. Yeah. It's very obvious.
So cool. What a time to be alive. That's fascinating.
Yeah.
Huh. Damn. We're learning some cool stuff tonight. I love that for us.
Yeah. Yeah, so you wouldn't.
Yeah, so the lack of aging, that could definitely be a fun thing about living in space.
Yeah. But there's also like are you there entirely, by yourself? But that would be the same for the C Lab, but
yeah, that like either way that would suck. So I'm gonna say no. You're in like a little community.
Yeah. So I guess if you're hanging out with your community in space, but again, I go back to it's easier probably to return to society from the C Lab than it would be from the space station.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's one of my biggest motivators in choosing Under the Sea.
Yeah, no, the restraint I have shown in not singing the theme song from C Lab 2021, every single time I've said the word C Lab, it actually is one word. I should be commended, frankly.
I commend you. Anyway.
Oh, Nixie's napping in the background. Look. See?
Aww.
Podcast guest.
Love to see it. Okay, so the next thing I have for us, do we think the world would actually be a better place with a real-life Superman?
I don't know that it would.
I don't know that it would either, but also, like, if we're talking about the OG, like the actual original Superman who was constantly shown, like, beating up abusive husbands and clan leaders and, like, all that kind of cool shit. I don't know if it'd be a worse place.
No. Well, so here's the thing, though, right? Like, with Superman, one of the things that they do to make it interesting and to sort of make it a fair fight is that there are also super villains, right? Like,
yeah, so
bad
like
guys from Krypton and stuff like that. So would we have a world where there are super villains as well, or is it just him fighting regular ass people?
I mean, my hot take is that we already live in a world that has super villains.
No, super means you have superpowers.
Okay, yeah. I mean, we can discuss both options. Because frankly, I don't think Superman would stand for a lot of the shit that's currently going down, and he might handle some of it.
Well, see, yeah, and that's the thing. So if there are supervillains, I think it would actually maybe be worse if
Yeah, because then you could
a lot
have
of
like a
destruction.
giant alien from another planet destroy your
Yeah,
city, and that's not
yeah,
particularly cash money.
yeah. So yeah, I wouldn't want that to come along with it. But if it were just a superhero fighting regular ass people and crime and whatnot, sure, go for
I
it.
think would
Go
be
punch them Nazis.
fantastic. Someone needs to handle it, god damn it.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
no. But the thing is, though, it's I might actually be changing my mind because a Superman can be unpredictable.
Mhm.
Unpredictable. So, like, what if what if he changes his mind and is like, this guy's making some good points, and like gets
I mean,
indoctrinated or
not that I'm an expert on Superman or anything, but I don't know if he would.
Superman Red Sun.
Yeah, but that's the alternative Superman. We're not talking about that. We're talking about the OG Kansas boy.
No, it is Superman, just what would happen if he landed in Soviet Russia instead of the US. So it's the same person, meaning that this person has the capacity to do those things and believe in those things.
I suppose.
So it is possible, I would say. I mean, once he's been sort of indoctrinated into the US, like truth, justice, and the American way might be harder to change his mind, but
Mm.
he has it within him, is the thing.
I suppose.
So do we want a person with that capacity who also is unstoppable?
Probably not.
Yeah, so I'm
Mm.
undecided. I
I would say
at
it
first I
has
was
the
like, yeah,
potential to make things better.
yes. We would just have to be very careful, I
Yes,
think,
I
in
would
not
agree.
exposing him to the wrong ideas.
I like it.
Yeah. Oh. Although we do
If we
have, I mean, we have, they're not super powered, but we have like heroes. Like there's that guy Devil in New York City.
Oh yeah.
He actually like dresses in costume and goes out and like fights people.
Which I mean, good for him, you know?
Yeah. I mean, he clearly seems to be trying to rip off Daredevil a little bit, but that's okay.
That's neither here nor there.
Yeah. So they sort of exist, and I'm all for that. But again, the thing is, as long as you're fighting the right people, and who gets to decide who the right people are is the thing. That's not to get too like serious.
I'm gonna say the people decide who the right people to fight are.
Which people?
And that's where it gets tricky.
The
Isn't that the
ones,
bitch of living in a
you
society?
know, I know we try to keep it light, so I'm not gonna like bring
We do try to
politics
keep
into
it
it.
light, but
But
let's take a
the
two
people
second
don't
peek
always
at the horrors.
the people don't always make the best choices.
The people do
When they
not always
vote
make
for
the best
something,
choices. Well, that's.
they are not always coming to great conclusions with that.
There might also be some
Um,
things to say about that, but let's not.
yeah. So that's why I'm saying I don't know about letting the people decide because the people don't always decide well.
Yeah, isn't that the bitch of it?
And plus the sort of classic Superman was very supportive of like authority and government, and so would they essentially then be doing the
This is
government's
also
bidding?
incredibly true.
Yeah.
Again, I'm
Yeah,
also
I
no
think I'm
expert
leaning
on
no.
Superman. I just really think it was super awesome of the writers of Superman to be like, hey, everyone, Superman says it's cool to make fun of the KKK, so let's do it.
Yeah.
It's
It is
fucking
cool.
rad, bro.
So right.
Very cool.
Only the cool kids make fun of racists.
As they should. Let me see here. I'm gonna dip into our pool of questions that you sent me a little while ago. And you sent something about which of the Muppets would be cooler to hang out with, but I'm gonna pivot a little bit. I want to know your
Mhm.
dream blunt rotation Muppet edition.
So, how many Muppets? Just one
However
Muppet?
many you want in your circle.
Oh God. I feel like
Obviously Dr. Teeth, because he's going to provide.
I'm gonna say a thing that's probably controversial, but Sam the Eagle.
Very
I think
controversial. Please explain your reasoning.
I think he would be so fun. Because when you say
I
blunt
don't
rotation,
get that vibe.
I love Sam the Eagle so very much. And I think he is misunderstood.
Okay.
And I think if you could get him to chill out and relax, he would be a ton of fun.
I'll let you have it. But yeah, obviously Dr. Teeth, because he's going to provide that dank.
Mm-hmm.
I'll see myself out. Oh, bye, Sleepy K.
Sorry, I was trying not to disrupt.
You're good.
Pepe the King Prawn.
He'd be pretty fun. Although here's the thing, I don't know. He might like slip a little something in there.
But
Like you could
that's what makes him
definitely
fun.
lace
He
a
is
joint with cocaine.
unpredictable.
Unpredictable. Kermit, obviously.
I don't know. He's too like goody goody.
I don't
So
I don't know.
pure. He's so pure.
Well, I mean, we're not talking about illegal activity anymore.
No, but we're talking about mind altering substances, whether or not they're legal.
This is true.
I can't imagine Kermit drinking alcohol.
Oh, I can definitely imagine Kermit smoking weed.
No, I can't imagine that either.
Oh, all right. So I've got Dr. Teeth, Kermit, Gonzo.
That's the next one I was about to say.
Gonzo would be a time.
Yep. I think Gonzo would be a great time.
It's wonderful how often the Muppets come up on this podcast, by the way.
I know.
Like, they come up a lot.
You know, and let me tell you, every time I watch regrettable reviews, I have to like use all of my restraint to not put in the chat every single time. Who would be the human in this film
if it was all Muppets? Because it's such
every
a fun thing to talk about.
Every single week. Because you were just talking about Judge Dredd yesterday. I was like, so Judge Dredd is human. The others are Muppets.
Because we have as a recurring segment to either improve or break the movie. And you can do so much of that with just Muppets.
I know. I know you. Every single week, I'm like, Muppets. And I'm like, don't do it. So my only contribution yesterday was just
save it. Build to that.
I don't know why that really cracked me up. Judge Dredd being
Kermit, Gonzo. Who else? Who else do we think would be a good time?
Rizzo.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we are in agreement on at least two.
Yeah, Rizzo and Gonzo.
You know, I don't think Animal would be a good time.
No, he's too intense.
He'd be too much.
He'd be harsh in the vibe.
Yeah, precisely. What were you gonna say?
That Gonzo and Rizzo have such nice chemistry, as we know from Muppet Christmas Carol.
This is very true.
So there's that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm trying to think if there's somebody else. Statler and Waldorf.
Oh. Because you know they'd be funny as fuck.
Oh, mm-hmm.
When you get the gossip session going in the circle, the shit talk.
Oh my god.
That would be excellent.
Incredible.
You're so
Incredible.
right, Queen.
I feel like it'd be cool just to hang out with Sweetums.
He'd probably be a good time.
He's pretty chill.
I'm trying
Or
to
like
think.
a Swedish chef type.
You know who I don't think I would want in the circle? Scooter. I think he'd get paranoid.
No. Yeah,
He
he would
strikes me as the
also
kind of
push the button,
individual
definitely.
who freaks out when he smokes.
Yeah, he's also one that I put in that goody category in my mind of just not really,
This might be controversial. I think Miss Piggy would be too much.
Oh no, I wouldn't want her. Cuz she's kind of like Animal in that way. Like too intense.
Yeah. Very big
I need
personality.
people who are chill.
Precisely.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of any other like kind of like deep cut Muppets.
Actually, I was just thinking Bunsen could be kind of fun. But he lets loose.
You think?
I do.
I'm gonna need another explain your reasoning there, bestie.
Well, he's already.
Well, he
so
does
chill.
do a lot of science experiments.
Yeah, but he's like so chill. He has like a soothing voice. He's just, I feel like he would be a very calming presence.
This is reminding me of that time we talked about. There was a tweet. It was like, I think this might be an advanced stoned thought, but I could recognize Kermit by vibes alone.
I remember that, yeah.
Which I fully maintain that I could, by the way. I could absolutely recognize Kermit by nothing but vibes.
Yes.
I don't know if I've got anything else. I think my personal circle is going to be Dr. Teeth, Kermit, Gonzo, Rizzo, Statler, and Waldorf. And it's going to be a great time for everybody involved. Yeah, legendary bitch session.
Yeah. Because I definitely think there's the overlap of 4 of them there, of
yes.
Gonzo, Rizzo, and Statler and Waldorf. But I really do want Sam the Eagle and Pepe.
All right. I would be afraid of Uncle Deadly.
Oh God, I love Deadly.
I would be afraid of him.
Yeah, no, I don't know that that's the right context for him, but I do love him.
All right. Well, with all of that worked out, how about we go into the weekly worsening? Let me cue up the meditation here. And there it is.
You are without doubt the worst pirate I've ever heard of.
Listen, Q-Ball, you're only making it worse.
Thanks, that even makes it worse.
It's worse than you know.
It usually is.
I think that's the worst thing I've ever heard.
That's the worst goodbye I've ever heard. And you stole it from a movie.
How marvelous.
What do you got for me, bestie?
You are without
No,
doubt
I
the worst
turned off
pirate I've ever heard of.
Or I
Listen,
thought I
Q-Ball,
did.
you're
God
only
damn
making
it.
worse.
Thanks.
By the way, I just want to mention the few times that we've had a guest since we started using that audio. I love how we automatically kind of do like something like this, and they
Assume
follow
the
suit
position.
just automatically. If you look at like the
Meditation.
videos, they just automatically like, oh, we're supposed to do this. And I just love it.
I like that
Harley
it's
just did that
treated
last
with
week.
the decorum it deserves.
They're like, oh yes, okay, you were serious about the okay.
The meditation.
Yeah.
What do you got for me?
Shall I start with the big one?
Yes.
When I texted you, I said I was out making myself substantially worse.
Yes, you were. Hello. Do you have something to share?
Did you already talk about Ghost?
Yeah, I did. Why?
I just want to remind you.
Oh, I had it written down. Don't you worry.
It's like the very
You
first
thought I
thing.
would forget?
Maybe.
Anyway, I just received a production note, which was, did you talk about Ghost?
Yes, the microphone picked it up. That's why I was like, that was
Oh,
like,
wonderful.
what we talked about. Yeah, just a little bit.
Anyway. You were
So
out making yourself substantially worse. How?
yes. So I had my surgery on Friday, and I'll be on crutches for a while. And so I'm going to be fairly stationary, but also not really able to get up and down stairs very well. So that created a bit of a problem with regard to how I get, to and from my gaming setup here.
Mm-hmm.
So I may have purchased a ROG Ally X 2 terabyte handheld gaming console.
Girly pop. Wow.
This is $900.
Holy fucking shit, girl.
I know. I haven't even opened it yet. It's still in the packaging.
Oh my god.
Plastic on it. I just picked it up. I've been looking at it for like a long time. And I was like, no, you don't need it. And then I was like, but how? I can't just keep going up and down the stairs. Like, I'm basically going to wake up in the morning, shower, and then go downstairs, like, for the day, essentially.
Yeah.
And it's like, but then all my games and stuff are up here. And then it's like,
I mean, I'm not shaming you. I am the opposite of shaming you right now. Like, hell yes, queen.
yeah, it was probably a terrible idea. But next Wednesday, I'm getting the pay from my my winter class I just taught. So I'm
Well,
just
there
gonna,
you go.
yeah, use that for it. It's like, so
Hell
really,
yeah.
it's only like a portion of that. So that's fine. So yeah, I told myself I can't open it yet because I gotta finish like, cleaning and getting ready,
Mm-hmm.
because my mother is
Understandable.
coming tomorrow night. So it's
Oh,
like,
boy.
I gotta, she's gonna be here for a week and a half, which is another reason why I feel like I gotta be, like downstairs. And so I was like, okay, if I can finish some of my cleaning and getting ready, then I can open it later tonight, get it all set up before she gets here
I
tomorrow.
love that for you.
Because I have a long day of classes tomorrow.
Godspeed.
So yeah, I think that has made me a lot worse. That is
I would say so.
pretty substantial, I would say, yeah.
Bestie, I want you to guess how many pages long, how many pages the Google Doc for the Ghost fanfiction that I just started publishing is.
I knew it was going to be about fan fiction. The second you looked off into space like you're about to say a thing, I knew it was going to be fan fiction related.
Shut up. Didn't ask.
It's a Google Doc. Man, I'm afraid I'm going to like way overshoot it or way because I don't know how like what is normal. I want to say like
it was tag team though. If that this is not something that I wrote totally by myself. I wrote this with somebody else. We're like pinging back and forth writing a story together.
So if I put out a number, you can't laugh at me. Because I don't know it's normal. I don't read fan fiction.
Sure.
80?
You're very close. 73.
Look at me. I was originally going to guess higher. So
yeah, it is over 30,000 words.
Nice.
And not a single word of it is smut before anybody asks.
Weird.
Damn, throw me under the bus, why don't you?
I told you I've been weird.
I love it. So that is probably the most significant way that I'm worse, is that I'm just so on my fanfiction bullshit.
Nice.
And another way that I'm worse is that I bought a bunch of movies, mostly because they have Jeffrey Combs in them.
So are you just like going down this IMDb page and buying all the movies that he's been in?
Yeah, pretty much. Not like
Nice.
every single one, but also I fucking love the Full Moon features. It's the company that did this came up on Regrettable Reviews last night. It's the company that did Castle Freak and Dagon and the Puppet Master movies and all that shit. They're so fun. And Jeffrey Combs has been in 4. So
Nice.
it's a great time. I'm very happy that I have a little stack of movies that I bought recently. Actually, yeah, I can grab them.
Okay.
Sorry. I think I technically just broke my own rule of no feet on stream, but
I didn't notice. I was noticing your pants instead.
oh yeah, my ghost pajamas.
Yeah, as well. I was like, man, I better not stand up today because I'm wearing capybara PJ pants.
I love that for you. But yeah, we got lesser known Stuart Gordon film, The Pit and the Pendulum. Jeffrey Combs as Dr. Mordred, which is basically just knockoff Doctor Strange. Castle Freak, fucking awesome movie. Barbara Crampton and Jeffrey Combs. And then this was like part of an anthology, kind of like Creepshow or whatever, that never got fully released or whatever. So it's a short film of an H.P. Lovecraft, like it's a short film adaptation of an H.P. Lovecraft short story that's also starring Jeffrey Combs and Barbara Crampton, which I'm really excited to watch because I have not seen this one.
How many movies did they do together?
Reanimator, Evil Clergyman, Castle Freak, From Beyond, at least 4. So, this is one of the ways I'm worse this week.
Yep, just collecting them films.
What about you, Bestie? Are you worse in any other ways?
Always.
Do tell.
It's mostly the sewing continues, which is like a weird
fun.
Yeah, I just keep making things. Just random things. I just keep buying fabric, like, oh, that'll make a cool thing, and then I'm like, but I don't have time to make this thing because I have 10 other things that I plan to make.
From that. Stop it! No messing with wires, son.
He would never.
Troublesome boy. Hey, and no fucking scratching my couch. Stop it. I get no respect in this house.
Trouble.
Anyway, sewing. Or was that the end of the sentence?
Yep. Basically. Cool. I've also I completely forgot the things that I had like essentially saved up. So I finished all the Power Wash Simulator DLC.
Incredible.
And been working on the Steam achievements. I'm almost done with the Steam achievements. I only have like 5 or 6 more to get.
Wow.
Out of 90.
Holy shit, girl. That's fantastic.
So, but I don't know what I'm going to do after I finish those last few. Because it's like, oh no. So,
also, just in general, I've been watching movies like a crazy person. Do you know how many movies I've watched this year? Like for the first time, like how many new things I've watched? I've watched like 27.
That is a lot.
Yeah. It's fun. I highly recommend averaging a movie a day.
I don't have time for that.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
But if you do...
Yeah. But there's one other thing.
Did you finished JoJo, didn't you?
I sure did.
And you're still here with us. This is incredible.
I actually took a couple pictures of myself while watching the finale that I was going to put in the Weeb chat, and then I forgot to do it because there were a couple of times where I could feel myself like making a face, and I would suddenly notice it, and I would just grab my phone and take a picture.
Understandable. It's like that picture you have of Kyle and I while we were watching
Chainsaw Man
that one time where we're both just staring at the TV like.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Very nice.
And I, after having watched that many episodes of it, I thought there's no way it can't get me anymore. Like there's no way this show can get to me anymore.
But it did, didn't it?
I finished it like, I can't remember. It was days ago, but for at least 2 or 3 days after, I could think about nothing else but those last 2 episodes.
Understandable.
I don't. There are just no words. Like, I don't. Who thinks of this completely batshit insane stuff? And what kind of ending was that even? Like, I just.
Couldn't tell you.
So I'm done with it. I've seen every episode of the JoJo anime there is to be seen. I
Congratulations.
don't. Yeah, every now I have come across articles that say they're going to adapt the next arc of Steel Ball Run, but I don't imagine that happening because they keep saying it and then it's not happened. So I'm done with that, and I decided to make another attempt at One Piece. So that's what I'm
Godspeed
doing
with
now.
that.
That is a very long one. It has been around since 1999.
Damn.
Yeah. I had no idea it was that old. It's not even in like widescreen. It's like a little narrow and it's like all grainy.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a significant worsening. Very proud.
Oh yeah. I'm so much worse. Always. It's the goal.
All right, so before we wrap up, quick announcement. We are not going to be on next week because you are getting surgery, of course. So our 200th episode will be airing on February 19th, not February 12th. Important announcement.
Yes.
But I think
on
that's
drugs.
the only thing, the only change to the schedule in the foreseeable future. We've got Vinland Saga discussion on our stream tomorrow night, Defen on Friday, Big Dumb Monsters Monday, regularly scheduled programming.
Mm-hmm.
So, as always, thank you for fighting with us, friends. We appreciate each and every single one of you, and we'll be back again next week. Not next week. We will be back again on the 19th.
2 weeks.
The 19th. 2 weeks. Went into autopilot mode there for a second. Adios, everybody. We'll see ya.
This week's episode of the Fighting with Friends podcast was hosted by Bridget Kelly and Dr. Sarah Brookes. You can find other episodes of the podcast on YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, or your other favorite listening platform. Catch us live on Twitch every Wednesday and Thursday. You can subscribe to our Twitch channels to watch our live broadcasts without ads, or donate to our Patreon for ad-free access to our entire library of past episodes and streams, as well as fun bonus content. Fighting with Friends is a member of the Big Dumb Monsters Podcast Network. Check out the links in the description for more episodes from us and from all of the shows on the network. Thanks for listening.